We've got four actors who are apparently being shortlisted to play Clayface in the upcoming movie of the same name in 2026. It's Leo Woodall, Tom Blythe, George McCay, and Jack O'Connell. And I'm not going to pretend to be a Clayface expert, I'm just going to go with the premise that Mike Flanagan has set out. Apparently, Clayface is meant to be inspired by the Batman animated episode Feet of the Clay, which was voiced by Ron Perlman back in the day. It really leans into the tragic story of a B-movie actor who's failed in the industry, and he takes a weird substance just to keep himself relevant. In terms of which actor could fit that role out of these four, I'll go through each of them and I'll tell you my pick. Alright, so I'm going to exclude Tom and Leo, just because I don't know much about their careers, and in terms of what this movie is going for, I don't really know if they fit that category, but I do think they do fit the superhero genre, and I would like to see them in respective roles in either Marvel or DC. I think Leo comes across more as an optimistic kind of hero, rather than the tragic anti-hero that Clayface is meant to be. And Tom is definitely suited for villain material, at least that's how his resume is shaping up in Hollywood. This is the one that really interests me. George McCay in a superhero movie? That's incredible. George McCay is one of the best actors out there. He's kind of like the successor to Daniel Day-Lewis. He's best known in the mainstream media for 1917, the Sam Mendes movie, but he has done a lot more to complement his stardom. Look at any one of his movies. Even if it's not that great, George McCay is incredibly committed to his roles. You can see every single blood, sweat and tear is poured into his character. But George is not quite my choice. I think the perfect guy for the role would be Jack O'Connell. Jack O'Connell is pretty much like George McCay. He always puts 100% into his roles. He's not afraid to really stretch the boundaries. And he's always been around in the industry, but he's never quite hit the limelight. I think it's only until Sinners came out that Jack O'Connell has really hit the spotlight. And I think if he was to be cast in the DCU, my first choice for him would be John Constantine. But if that falls through and he gets Clayface instead, that is a good choice. And I think his unique style as an actor, as well as his history in the industry and his late rise to stardom, really does lend itself to Clayface. They would have to get a really good voice actor as well, someone with a very commanding deep voice. If they want to hire Ron Perlman again, that would be cool. Who would you cast as Clayface, guys?